prosciutto, some pancetta, copas, lonza, finocchiones, little and big, Toscano, pepperonis, chorizos, soprasadas, and I think there's a little lardo up there right now too. Got bacon going, got briskets to be smoked.
So do you more or less dry cure the bacon, or
we do?
Sort of...
It's actually an interesting question, a good segue into what we're going to do today. So the ingredient I got was red bean paste, and of course when I hear it, I'm like, really? Thanks, Greg, thanks. But everything I read about it before tasting it was saying, you know, it's used in pastries and it's overtly sweet and really, really almost cloyingly sweet. So I'm racking my brain and I'm like, I'm not going to do a pastry. I know better. For our house bacon, we use salt and maple syrup. Okay, so let's figure out how much sugar is in the maple syrup, you know, in ratio to the bellies that we cure, and how much salt is in the salt. So I replaced the maple syrup sugar with the same amount of sugar, the like amount of red bean paste, and for the salt I used red miso. So we made bacon with red miso and red bean paste.
How did you figure out how much sugar was in the red bean paste?
It's right on the can actually.
Oh, okay.
For that, like just carbohydrates, grams of carbohydrates. We cured it for a week like we normally do with our bacon, turn it over a couple days, and then after a week we rinse it and we smoke the hell out of it, and you can see it lacquered pretty nice and dark there.
So you hadn't had like the pastries ever?
No.
Or anything?
A couple of my friends like had made me feel pretty dumb that I hadn't after I mentioned it. What do you mean you've never had? I'm an idiot. Okay, I get it. So I love eating different. I love Vietnamese food. I love Chinese food, but it's not at all in our repertoire here or elsewhere. This was totally out of my comfort zone kind of thing, and I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I had a lot of fun playing with the ingredients that I normally don't get to play with. So we made beurre fondue, just a tablespoon of water, mounted in butter, and then at the very end, after it was made, whisked in the red miso paste that we used for the bacon as well. And we're going to cook the shiitakes right in that. Soft-boiled egg. We've cooked them in boiling water for 5 minutes. It's a little kitschy, the bacon and egg thing, but I do love bacon and a runny yolk egg together. The mushrooms, there's that umami thing going on with the miso and the mushrooms together. The Brussels sprouts tie into the kimchi. Kimchi we use because we absolutely love it. The togarashi, you know, it's got things like dried orange peel and sesame seeds in it, and the chili that ties to the kimchi. We'll put that right on the egg. So,
the kimchi, so you pureed and added a little bit of
yeah, exactly. David Chang has a kimchi puree recipe. I believe he sweetens his with, like, he uses yuzu juice and he might use maple syrup in one of them, but just that element of sweetness. Thought, well, we've got this. Let's try and layer it in, you know, in another way. Check out the tenderness. Oh, yeah. So we've just got the room temperature kimchi puree. We don't want a lot of this butter, you know, a little bit of the residual on there is fine, but this on there, oh yeah. It's just that residual sweetness in the bacon that you'll taste. If you taste the bacon just by itself, I think you're more apt to get it. Yeah. I was pretty happy when I figured out that I could use it in a, you know, not only in a meat product, but in a bacon product. We used to be line mates at Blackbird, and I gave him fish eyeballs. I've seen it used in soups, mainly soups, but also in a fish stew where you have the heads in it, and you literally just, after it's been cooked, you pop the eyeballs out, and it's a little, it's a reward or the highly prized part of the fish head.
Have you ever had it?
No. But I'm sure Kerry would do a great job, and I want to see what he does.